Good evening and welcome to Love Angels TV. We have the Futurist Psychic back with us tonight. Welcome back, Danina.
Thank you so much, Eileen. It's lovely to be back.
I love having you on, and I'm so excited you're going to be joining us at Bulli.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's nice to have something on in the backyard, in Wollongong to not have to travel miles for. It's really, really good. So, and the last one we had at Bulli was fantastic. So I'm sure this one's going to be even bigger and better, which is lovely. So I'm happy to be part of it.
I'm so incredibly excited for it. It's been a long time coming getting back into fairs, I feel, for all the reasons.
I was driving around today.
All right, we may...
Do you want me to say what I was saying?
Go.
I was just driving
Yes.
around today in the shopping centre and just being out in the sunshine and watching people shop and park their cars and go wander around and do things. And I just felt good, I felt like, just that small part of normalcy. So getting back to doing face-to-face teaching, which I've been doing a lot of in the last few weeks, and just face-to-face readings, and it's just so lovely to sort of be back with the human race on a normal, a normal scale instead of everything online. But we're here online tonight, and I'm really excited to hear everybody's questions, and I'll try and get through as many as I can.
Awesome. You always do. You're amazing. Just for people who are new, give them a little bit of a rundown on what it is you like to do and who you are and all that jazz.
Okay, so I've been a professional psychic for a minimum of 45 years now. I have a niche talent. The reason why I call myself the Futurist Psychic is I love to concentrate on the future. I like being very specific and detailed. I like people to really ask the real questions. Obviously, on a live, we don't want to be extremely personal on medical or marriage or anything that's deeply personal. You shouldn't really put that out to everybody watching, but there's certainly other questions that we can ask to get some answers in helping improve our lives. I'm a medium as well. Sometimes we usually get some visitors coming through from the other side, but my main focus is allowing my guides to connect with yours and to answer your questions as clearly and with as much detail as we possibly can. In a nutshell.
Yeah. Give us some examples of some of the questions you would prefer over, say, I'd love a reading, please. Oh, and Louise literally just typed that. Sorry, Louise, I did not read it as I set it up.
Look, if there's a decision you're needing to make about work or in relationship or wanting to improve yourself, let's ask some questions that's going to help you make decisions and move yourself forward. If you're asking, what's going to happen in the next 6 months, so much can happen in a person in one day. So, we want to be fair to everybody. I don't want to do a whole life story on a question. I'd rather, do you really want to know something? What's your burning question? How can we help you? What do you need to make a decision about tonight or in the next few days? Let me help you. I mean, yes, we're doing this for free. Yes, we're in an open forum with lots of people listening and watching. So be mindful of that. You don't want to be asking, is my partner having an affair out in the open with everybody else watching? That's something that you inbox me for a private reading for, you know. But let's not be too general. Let's try and answer something that you really want to know. It's like having a packet of Tim Tams that never run out. You get to ask what it is that you want, and I will try and help you. If it's too personal or too going to divulge too much about yourself, then I would say don't ask that question, because everybody and sundry will then know your life, and that's not what tonight's all about. That's what you book a normal face-to-face or online reading for with me. But let's try and answer as many questions as we can this evening. Please don't write 4 questions. You know, let's make it fair for everybody, because we're trying to help as many people as we can. Okay. So the questions aren't coming up in front of me, so perhaps you could put one up for me, please, Eileen.
I can totally do that for you. Well, this is an interesting one.
Hi, Courtney. That's a great question. Okay. I kind of feel like there's some trepidation. There's some fear around meeting this person in a way, because I think that the conversation in the background has been quite good, and it's a bit scary because it's sort of like, oh, I really dig this person. I really have connected with them, and is meeting them going to wreck everything? And so the battle is within yourself. You know, you're putting your own fears onto this meeting, and I think you need to take a big deep breath and just, I guess, not invest so much, and don't be nervous, and just enjoy the fact of meeting them. All first meetings are awkward, you know, but I feel like you've had a conversation, or there's been some sharing of information beforehand. I slowly, I feel if you're over nervous and you're over trying to please, just try and be yourself, because that's who they will want to get to know. That person that's been very comfortable in the communication before this. You know, we have that self-prophesizing fear that we're going to mess it up, and they're just trying to say, calm your farm, please. I feel like that they are a lovely person. I feel like there's been some baggage, for sure. We all do. You know, we're not Robinson Crusoe on that level. And they have their own fears as well, right? They're insecure too. So the more fun you can make it, the more lighter you can make it, the better it will be. And I think you'll have fun. Just go with fun, you know, not over the top cackling and being a mad woman pretending to have fun, but just take it nice and slow. I think what you have planned on meeting is a good first beginning. You know, they say don't judge a book by their cover. I think they've been without a woman's I don't want to say a woman's touch for a while, but in the sense of dressing up and looking good, not in the other way. But I just feel that they've been out of touch in that system of being with people, and I just think you just need to understand that. But I think it will go very, very well, and it gets you out there, right? It gets you out feeling like you're actually going back to normal in going out and really meeting people and giving life a go, giving it a try. Is he your knight in shining armor? I think if you can not be so judgmental initially, because I think sometimes you're a hot and cold person. You either like something or you don't like something straight away. Just understand that they are full of nerves as well. All right, and just enjoy the fact of getting to know someone new. But it's certainly the beginning of I think, something that could be quite special. So good luck, Courtney.
Yeah.
Let us know how you went.
Awesome. All right, I got Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. I think, you know what? I think you doubt yourself so much, and I you know, in the sense of I feel like you need to be pushed out into the spotlight. I feel like you need to just do it. I feel I think spiritually you've you know, you've had this connection for a really, really long time, but it's the confidence of believing the information that you're getting. And I feel psychometry would be really, really good for you, holding something of that person, just you know, in a room full of people, a box full of things, and holding on to something and start talking about the images that you see. How do you feel? And I feel that that will be a very strong tool for you. I think that would be something that, um, you know, it's important to find your niche. And I feel like tarot and other things is great, and it's good to help you, you know, in the beginning. But I think you've got to start trusting the information that you're getting. And I just feel like you need someone to just stick you out the front of a circle and go do it, and keep doing it, you know, keep doing it, and then you'll start to hear people go, oh my gosh, that's exactly how I was feeling, or that's exactly what happened to me today, or that is my mum's favorite flower, or you know, you've got to just start trusting that you've already got it in you, but you need to find the right method for you. And that's why I feel psychometry would be brilliant, because it just gives you that extra edge and that extra something. So having someone coming along with a tray and getting people to bring something personal is just going to be that conduit thing that you need to make it stronger. If you want to know anything more, or you know, if you want to for me to give you some more information on that, please inbox me at the Futurist Psychic, and I'll be more than happy to give you some extra information. But honestly, you don't need to learn anything else at the moment. You've just got to go out there and start doing it, and then start charging for it. And that's when that growth is there. Okay, so good luck, Andrew. I look forward to seeing your progress.
Yeah. All right. How about this one?
Tell me about the man who was about to enter my life. I'm getting a past life connection with this person. It's almost like a twin flame kind of level, and it feels like destiny. I feel like it's a unexplained version of events, but here we are. This person, taller, definitely taller, has a strong healing background about them, very nurturing, very caring, has a tendency to not look after themselves. That's why being in a good relationship is good, because you can take care of them. I feel like a jack of all trades. I feel like they've done lots of different things. Quite unwell as a child, but has gone through and out the other side. I feel like that's one of the reasons why they're so caring and has such strong healing energy. I feel like has had to start again in some ways financially, but is doing well and is missing travelling, missing not being able to get on a plane. So obviously they've done a bit of travel. The next 2 months are very crucial, I want to say, and it just feels like that soul connection is so strong. It's unexplainable. It's like being silent in a room together and not having to say anything, but that's being okay. It's not being awkward. So it's really positive. I feel like between now and October is very, very positive, very healing, and plan to not be alone. I guess is the biggest thing that they want to say to you, Louise. I'm getting between now and October. I feel quite close, and none of the heartaches that you've had before. I feel you can trust this one. I feel knight in shining armor, quite chivalrous almost. Walk on the outside of you, close to the road, offering an arm, offering his hand. Just quite old-fashioned in that way, but also quite modern in the way that he thinks about life and what he wants to do. It's like, life's too short. You only got one life. Let's live it. But he just hasn't found the right person. So that's kind of the time frame that they're giving me. So you haven't got long to wait, honey. I feel you've got to be open. You're ready. You've done all you can. Stop making excuses. It's time. You don't need to be alone anymore. Okay? Thanks, Louise.
Awesome.
Becky. There's such a love of crystals for you. I can see crystals around me everywhere. I open a cupboard, there's shelves. So there's definitely a love of crystals. I think there are a lot of people out there selling crystals. I think there's a lot of people who are trying to make it into that crystal market, because I don't think it's been ever unpopular. I just think there are a lot of live shows that are selling crystals, and I think you would do better in a situation where people can actually hold the crystals, see the crystals, running a crystal workshop kind of level, and people buying them on that sort of sense, letting them choose their crystal, in person, I think would be a stronger way of setting up a business rather than doing it online. And there's a knowledge that you have, which, you know, I'd be setting up some courses on crystals and how to and what they are, and gaining an interest on that. And then, you know, people who are crystal addicts will buy heaps. You should see my walls, like they're, you know, they're beautiful to have. And I just think, don't follow everybody else and do it online, is what they're telling me. You know, that point of difference. Set up a course that people can do online initially, or set up in a place that allows people to come along and learn how to look after their crystals. What crystals are there? Which ones are they? Are important for their journey and what they need. So I feel like, just don't copy everybody else in just doing a live. I think you need to do things a little bit different. I think you've got a lot of knowledge, and I feel that imparting that knowledge is also what you can make money from, not just selling a crystal. So I hope that gives you more information on what you need to be focusing on at the moment. Thanks, Becky.
Awesome.
Oh, she's written crystal healing work. Yeah, much more that face to face. Absolutely, not that live kind of thing. And that's why I could see that face to face, that more personal. But running some workshops on doing that as well. Absolutely, it's where your strength is and what you need to be doing. So absolutely. Home life with hubby and 2 kids. The 3 children.
Yes.
Okay, look, honey, I feel at the moment I'm chasing my tail. I feel like from the moment I wake up to the time I finally get to bed, I'm chasing my tail. I feel like everyone's got their stuff that needs doing, but nothing of yours is getting done. I just feel like there's routine, but it's not. It's not as organized as it could be, and I feel like I'm chasing my tail every day. So I kind of feel like stop the world. I want to get off, and everyone's doing their separate things, and you're just trying to make sure everything's getting done, and it's not. And then I feel like in yourself, I feel very flat. I feel like is this all there is? It's just stuff that needs to be done at when it needs to be done, how it needs to be done. I've got to do this for this person. And there's no major joy, no time for yourself. And I just feel that everyone's on their own little treadmill. You definitely need family time, like planning to do some fun things together. I think that's what's missing. And I feel like I think you and hubby need some time out, not sitting in front of the TV, not him on the computer and you on your phone, or him out in the shed and you doing the dishes. Like I kind of feel that you look after the kids while I go off and do this, or I'll look after the kids while you go and do that. There's no time out for the two of you, and that's paramount. You need a 50 Shades of Grey weekend or something. You know, you need something that's just the two of you. And I feel that you're not as strong a united front as you were normally, and that's just because everything else is sort of taken over. I kind of feel that your husband feels last on the list, and you do too. So let's strengthen the two of you as a couple, and then everything else will fall into place. I think a good decluttering, especially of kids' toys and bits, would be awesome. Why are you laughing?
You can't see the comment. Oops, not that one. There we go.
No, can't see a comment.
It's because my computer doesn't want me to show it. It's coming.
Agreed, Tanya. Yes. You definitely do. Like, you just, that will fix everything, you know? Like, you two need to be a united front. So you need to make that priority. You need to make the two of you a priority. And once you can do that, everything else will fall into place. And I kind of feel that decluttering is, especially kids' things, needs to be done. And that will make things a lot easier too. So to answer your question, there's no need to change who you're with. You just got to actually spend some time with who you chose to be married to and make that strong again, and then everything else will fall into place. So thank you for your question. That's a wonderful question. Oh, Kate, I'm so sorry to hear. Just give me a minute. Katie's showing me for some reason a child on a horse. Is there a photo of him or of you sitting on a horse? I'm not sure. What the imagery is very, very strong, and I'm seeing a level of joy, because I don't feel stuck. I actually feel I can breathe a sigh of relief. I feel like his passing. I can feel a lot of pain and a lot of not wanting to be there. Like, I just want it to end. And so for him, that there's a level of calm and a level of peace, because that transition, leading up to that transition, was a lot of pain. There's a bit of bewilderment, because this is not something in his belief system. So he's sort of like, well, I'm here, but this is not something that I'm certainly expecting to sitting in a room talking to a woman who he's never met before, because he's been asked to be here, is not something in his understanding. So he's chuckling because it's all new for him. He's still, I feel, very, very close to the family. I still feel like he hasn't left, and I don't think he ever will. I think he will remain very close. I'd be very surprised if you don't hear him walking up steps or walking down the hallway. I still see him doing the daily routines. I feel like he was quite routine orientated when he was well. But it would be lovely if you could tell me why he was showing me the child on the horse, or standing next to a horse, as the first image that he showed me. There's also an apology. I don't feel like everything was organised as well as it should have been. And he's apologising for that. I feel like he's, there was still things that everyone else is having to pick up the pieces and you're trying to help. We can't change that he's passed, and so he's still coming to grips with that himself. Like you can't hear him, you can't see him, you can't, but I want to tell you that he spends a lot of time with you in the car when you're alone. So that's a really, you should feel a difference. You should feel something when you're driving in the car by yourself. I feel like he's a good backseat driver. And he must have really liked cars, or he's talking about your car. I don't know if you keep it clean and tidy. Okay. Yeah. So he's, because I also want to say that there's plenty of family on the other side that welcomed him. So he's definitely not alone. I don't know if you're not keeping your car tidy or there's stuff in your car at the moment, but I just see that that's something that he would like you to keep on top of, or is mindful of, or part of who he is. But he's definitely not going anywhere anytime soon, and I don't think he would have said everything that he wanted to say. I mean, like I just feel he's telling me, I wish I had said more. I wish I had shown more. I wish I had given more. But he's very much around you, and like I said, you'll feel him the strongest when you're driving in the car. So again, my darling, I'm sending you much love. It's not clean. He had always think about cars, yeah. So you can understand why he's talking about your car at the moment, because this, and he would say that in conversation. I think he, that would be something that he would be a stickler with, and that's what he's getting across to me. And he also to show you that it is him that I'm talking to, not anybody else. And so, sending you so much love. He hasn't left. He's still very much part of the family. Still knows what's going on. Still knows that he's loved. Knows that he is missed, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. So, thank you for allowing me to bring him through for you. And yeah, it's so special when that happens, and not everybody can do that. So I'm very grateful that when that happens for me. So thank you. Okay. Honey, I feel like at the moment you're not grounded. I feel like you need to walk in the ocean, hug a tree, walk through the countryside. I just think everything's too busy, and everything's on top of you. And I think you need a moment. I think you need to make time, not go out and meditate or do yoga, or just take your shoes off, get yourself grounded, walk on the grass, sit amongst the trees, sit up against a tree, let nature heal you. And I know that sounds silly, but it's not. You need a moment. I feel like like you need to breathe and have something uncomplicated. So let the earth nurture you, let the earth take care of you. It sounds silly hugging a tree, but it's not. Like there's such beautiful energy out there, and And yes, the water's starting to get cold in the ocean or the creek or whatever, but you know what? Maybe that's a shock to the system that you need, like a reboot, you know. And I feel like your spiritual development is wonderful, but I just don't think you're grounded at the moment. I think if we spend too much time on the spiritual and not have our feet firmly planted on the ground, that life around us starts to fall apart. If we live too much in the clouds, you know, everything crumbles down around us. And I don't think, I think, yes, go out, spend some time, do the bushwalk or do whatever, but you need to actually focus on what's being put in front of you. It's like, how many brick walls do you want to try and hit each time? Like, if you're getting a brick wall, then you need to deal with it one brick at a time, and then move on to the next one, and then move on to the next one until it's all clear. And I just feel like you're using your spirituality or learning about spirituality as an escape to your life. But we need to start looking at fixing your life to make it more balanced. And I feel like there are things around you and people around you and that needs attention. And once you start to do that, things will calm down, and then you'll actually start enjoying your life, and start, instead of thinking, oh, it'll get better soon. We'll fix it now. You know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It's one of my favorite sayings, you know. So I think the biggest thing is, let's time out. Let's go jump in the ocean. Let's go do something around nature. Let nature heal you. But then take a deep breath, go back into your life and start sorting it out, because only you can fix that. Okay? And it will get better, I promise you. And if you want to know more, if you want to know more information or know what the next steps are, then that's the perfect time to book a reading. And that's what I love about being a futurist, is knowing the steps, getting told the steps, getting, okay, what's next? What's next? When does that have to be done by? How am I going to do that? Those are the types of questions. When you're in an hour-long reading, you walk out and you know exactly what you need to be doing right there and then. Yeah. Yeah. And at the moment, nothing is in balance. So that's something that definitely needs to be looked at. So good luck, honey, and if I can help you further, then hopefully we can get you moving more forward than what you are at the moment. Thanks, Erin. Where did that nearly 40 minutes go?
Oh, it happens, doesn't it? Every single time. I had another one lined up and then I moved the screen and now I don't know where it's gone. There it is. It's all right. Stop looking. I found it.
All right. I would like to know if life will become mine again. Honey, you've been trying to please everybody for a really long time, and I feel like I'm not even sleeping well. Like, I'm worried about every moment that every decision, what the repercussions of that's going to be. It's like second guessing all of the time. That's an incredible amount of pressure to put on yourself, and I just feel you're making it harder for yourself, not easier. There's lots of dreams, lots of things that you want to do, but you're putting everything on hold, just to be. I feel like there's a voice that's not being heard. Like, you can't say no, and at some point I can already see niggly health issues and anxiety that's super strong, and I just feel like at some point you've actually got to make a concerted effort tomorrow to be doing something just for you. And then the next day, doing 2 things that are just for you. And then the day after that, doing 3 things that are just for you. Until you get to a point where 60% of your life, minimum, is for you. You can say no. Other people take advantage of just how kind and generous you are. But some of it is you're a martyr too, because nobody else does it better than you, or nobody else can help than you. And that's part of your psyche. You want to help people. But I think some people take advantage of that. So there's 2 sides here. One is you have to say no, because they'll get it done regardless of whether you do it or not. And the other part is, when are you going to start living your life? Now, not later. Later never happens. So you've got to find, however small, something in your life today that's for you, and then the next day finding, like I said, 2 things that are just for you. And the more you do that, the more you actually will start to see that there's more joy in your life than there has been. So it could become yours tomorrow, but you have to make the focus that what your life is for you. I just feel like you don't feel like there's any control, and yet you have control over everything, even though you may not feel like you do. And you have to say no sometimes, and you have to make you a priority, and at the moment you haven't. And yes, we've all got lots of stuff going on in our lives, but ultimately we are the masters of our own universe, and if you can't make your universe happy, then that's your fault, because that's your responsibility. So yes, it will become yours again, but it can become yours again tomorrow. But, the more you start doing things for you, and the more people realize that you're not readily available for everybody, then, things will back down, things will back off. You'll be able to start doing the things that you really, really want to do. But a decision is up to you, Jean. Nobody else can do that for you. You create your own universe. So if you're dwelling in the negative, if you're dwelling in the shit, for want of a better word, then there's only going to be more shit and more negativity that's going to be coming into your life. So you need to start being positive and need to start believing that you actually deserve a better life, and start doing something towards that. Okay? Thanks, Jean.
That's Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Okay, Sherry, I feel like that he's under good care. I don't feel like he isn't being cared for. I feel like and it's okay for Mum to make the decisions. I mean, it's her son, and you can be supportive, yes, but ultimately the decisions that are to be made are also the doctor's responsibility. I don't see that he's passed, and I don't see that direction for him. I feel like he'll rally. I feel like there's things in play that are slow moving, but I feel like it's moving forward in the right decision. I think the medical team has a plan, but they, you know, be the loving sister, be supportive, be there. You know, it's spend as much time as you can, because the more positive energy, the more love, the more time we spend with the people that we love in hospital, that's healing in itself. It's amazing what a touch, hearing your voice, will do in that sort of situation. And I just feel like that the decisions that are ultimately being made are there to help him. So don't feel left out. Don't feel like you're being seen as someone who's not contributing, because it's not your decision, honey, and it's okay to not have to make those decisions. And I feel like there's hard decisions, but he's in the absolute best place for him to be. I want to call him Lazarus, because I feel like it goes downhill and then it gets, you know, there's an improvement. There's more than one issue. So I just feel like you've got to ride that wave. But the more time that you can spend with them, the more time that they know that you love them, the stronger that healing becomes. So don't feel guilty that you're leaving these decisions up to your mum. Be a support for her, absolutely. Be her sounding board if she needs to be, but you don't need to give the answers, because ultimately it's a medical team that gives that direction anyway. I think looking after mum, food wise, making sure that she's getting enough sleep, would be the best thing that you can be doing for her. She doesn't need you to take over. She needs to be the mum, and she needs to be there on that level. I kind of feel like she's like mum and dad, you know. So she's had that mantle for a long time, or that's how she comes across. But I think I think the prognosis, even though it sometimes is dire, I kind of feel that he'll surprise you all, and I can see him getting a lot stronger. So just make the time. If you don't live near them, well, get on that plane or train or bus or car or whatever, and make the time, just to be there as a support. And like I said, the more we can do that, the more healing that is. Thanks, Sharon.
Awesome.
I'm laughing because I feel like your guides are yelling. I'm just asking them to just. It's okay. You don't have to yell at me. I can hear you. I feel like you're sometimes when we're doing the wrong thing in the sense of what we're doing in our life or the direction that we're going in, it crap happens because we're not following our path. And I feel like the ringing in your ears is a clue, not only spiritually, but just in perhaps that how you're living your life at the moment is probably not the best way of living your life. I feel like things need to be a lot calmer, a lot less restricted. I feel out of balance. There is a problem with my inner ear. And they're also saying that there is there's some damage, especially right ear, and I kind of feel like that's been there for a really, really long time, but my balance is also out of whack as well. So there is a physical reason as to why there's this ringing in your ears. And unfortunately, there's not a lot because the damage is done. They are showing me earplugs, more for the right ear than the left ear. So just try that. I know that it sounds probably a little bit silly, but that will just help with it not being so overwhelming. And I kind of feel like you're out of whack as well. Like my left side's out. So if you go to a Gonstead practitioner or a chiropractor, that will help with some balance as well. I just feel like you're out of whack, and that will also help with your balance and the ringing. But don't wear earplugs in both ears. They're saying just in the one ear. I don't know why they're telling me that, but I'm only telling you the information that they're giving me. So please do it and then let us know if that actually helps, because that's what they're showing me. I kind of feel that you've done work because you've had to, not because you not joyful. And I kind of feel like you've yet to find that or concentrate on that. And they're saying that the next 9 months is that there's an opportunity to actually do something that you really love. And that's going to, I think when we're more concentrated and enjoying our life, we're not dwelling on our physical issues. So I just feel like there's some big changes for you in the direction of your life over the next 9 months, 6 months specifically. From about the 9th of May it begins. So till the 19th of September. May, June, July, August, September. Yeah. So I just kind of feel that once we're not out of whack, and we're wearing one earplug, that we're going to feel more balanced. And then because you're feeling a bit better, there's more attention then on what you could be doing to make your life a lot better. You know, I feel like getting those things sorted first and then continuing that spiritual journey. Absolutely, you definitely have a gift in that direction, but the ringing in your ears isn't guides trying to message you. There's a physical issue. Okay, you will get messages more by what you see in your mind's eye and how you feel. And they're the two areas that you need to concentrate on, not trying to listen. You don't listen with your ears. That's not where your gift will come. Okay? So thanks, Lisa. Hope that helps. Please let us know. So I was so spot on with the previous reading. So I've read for this lady before?
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay.
I never remember.
There's so many.
Yes.
Okay, I want to say with the work situation, the next 4 months, I'd say between now and the 16th of the 9th, there's a lot of background stuff happening where you're working. And I feel like someone above is going to move out of the equation. So the ringleader, almost, the one that's causing most of the anguish for you, I don't know if it's health issues or because of a family health issue, that they have to pull out of what they're doing. And then there becomes a different dynamic. So they don't want you to leave. Okay, they're saying you only have to put up with it for a little bit longer. I just feel that things will calm down. I feel, and you know something that they don't know, right? So when you know, in the next few weeks, when they're making it really difficult, you can look at them and go, I know that you're not going to be here. You know, you don't tell them that. Please don't tell them that. But just know that that problem is being taken out of the equation for you. And you're going to be allowed to shine. You're going to be able to step up and be supportive for everybody else, without this person making it more difficult. And in fact, you will become more invaluable where you're working. So they don't want you to walk away. There's new things to learn. You need to start putting your hand up. Start looking at what everyone else is doing. Start learning some new things instead of hiding in a corner and waiting to be told off, like they're saying. Start learning. Start putting your hand up. Start being a valuable member of this team. And stranger things have happened, but that one person can make such a difference to make your life a living hell. And that's what it feels like. And I want to promise you that that person's not going to be hanging around for their reasons. You don't need to know why. You just need to know that they're not going to be there permanently. And so that allows you to shine. It allows you to step up. It allows you to... I feel like I'm heaving a sigh of relief that, okay, I can be just left alone and do that you do well. These insecurities that have been placed there because of this, this management that is causing so much distrust. So it will get easier, I promise. Thank you.
Awesome. We had a question that wasn't related to this. So the question is, what is the pic on the mug? This is the picture we use as the banner for our psychic fairs. Right? And along the bottom it says, you don't need to be psychic to know I need coffee.
Very cute.
Yes, so they'll be at Bulli. I'm going to make one with a different background color that says tea. So there'll be like blue for coffee and either yellow for tea or something else, a different background, so that we know which one's which.
Maybe green for tea.
There's no green in the banner. Oh, yes, there is. It's the eye. There's no green except for that right there.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Who
except
else?
for that bit. Yeah. All right, I've got Nissa.
That's more than one question, but let's see what we can do with that. I feel, Nissa, I feel like if you kind of need to speak up and talk about your issues. Don't be afraid that they're not going to allow you to continue with the job. I feel like they're not mind readers, and I think you need to be very, very clear. I think the work is a stopgap. I don't think it's your dream job. But at the moment, it's a great thing. Don't feel bad about leaving your child. I wouldn't say it's going to be the forever job. I just feel like it's a fill-in for the moment. And I feel like it will run its course. I feel like but it'll be good for what you need. It's also good for your husband to step up to the plate and be supportive, and letting him stand up and be the good dad and good husband, and show you that I can organise, and I can get them there on time, and I can get this done. And I think at the moment the priority is earning the money and taking advantage of working in that environment for now. And your child's not going to suffer in any way just because you're away working. And I think it'll be good for you too. I think you need that as well for your own self-esteem. So I think it's a good decision. So don't beat yourself up about being a bad mum because you're not there 24/7. I'm not getting anything major to worry about your daughter's results. I kind of feel that you're within the next, I don't know if it's 10 hours or 10 days, but I just feel like that it's sortable. Like I feel like it's not as bad as you think it is, and it's manageable. So don't think the worst. I know as mums we obviously think the worst, but I think that they'll be fine. In some ways, work will be like a holiday. Enjoy it. It will be good for you, but it's not permanent. It'll be there for as long as you need it to be. It's not the absolute dream job, but it helps pay some bills, and it gets you feeling normal. It's an odd thing to say, but that's how they're describing it. But I'm definitely getting that your daughter's results will be fine. So thanks, Lisa.
Awesome. Amy.
Okay. I'm getting two in trying to connect with you. There's definitely a child that's connected to where you are. There's nothing harmful, just quite innocent, and in some ways doesn't even realize that they've passed. Your daughter is very, very open. And that energy that is your daughter is why there's that such a strong connection. But then I have an older woman. I want to say connected through mother's side for you, Amy. So mother's mother's mother, perhaps, because they're going back three. It'd be interesting to see if your mum had three, if there are three siblings, three siblings, three sisters. Talking about three sisters. So two completely different people. I kind of feel the child moves stuff around. The child moves stuff around. Like there's some I'm sure I put my keys here and they're not there. So a little bit mischievous, but not harmful in any way. And I feel with the family connection with you, Amy, I feel like very strong in your dreams and almost like out of the corner of your eye. But again, not harmful. You're both very spiritual, very open. If you don't want this kind of intrusion, for want of another word, then you need to say, don't, I don't need it. And with your daughter, if she gets scared, then you need to tell them to go away. That now is not the right time to play. Now is not the right time to let me sleep. Or there's no major reason as to why they're contacting you. It's just that you're both very open. So people who are open, who are spiritually connected, draw in these energies, and so perhaps learning how to close off, learning how to put some boundaries in is probably a good thing for you to learn, and I'm sure Eileen will be on that without any trouble.
I could just, yeah.
That's definitely what they're showing me. So thanks, Amy.
Awesome. I like how Erin's actually answered this already. That's not the right one, though, so I'm going to find the right one.
So July is the end of May. I'll be there with bells on. I'm actually going to be giving away a $200 reading for people that come to the fair. So there'll be something to fill out on my table. And it doesn't cost anything. I'm not selling any tickets. So if you come to the Bulli Fair and you want the opportunity to have a chance to have a voucher, for a $200 voucher from me for a reading, then come and put your name down, come say hi. That would be lovely. And it's the 30th of May?
30th of May. Yep.
Yeah.
This is what I meant to put up.
I'm getting just I don't know if there's confusion with some paperwork or the paperwork is not filled out completely correctly. I feel like you need to revise what's written, or like there's a gap of something. And once that's corrected, or it's like them wanting more information. I'm getting yes, but second time around. I'm not quite sure what that means. Maybe you'll understand that more. But you'll definitely be happy with the results. So keep going. Thanks, Decal.
Definitely keep going.
Okay. I feel like you're at a crossroad. I feel like, should I go this way or should I go that way? I feel uncertain on my feet, in that I'm not confident in the direction that I'm going. So they're giving you insight, they're giving you information, they're giving you, and how you know what's right and wrong is to trust your gut. That first instinct when you're faced with a question, when you're faced with a decision, and if I'm feeling breathless, fearful, not shaky, but certainly unwell, if I get a temperature rise, that is, do not go down this path, do not do this, do not go in this direction. It's like the old-fashioned game of hot and cold, where someone hides something and then no, cold, cold, warmer, getting warmer. When it feels good, when you feel confident, that's the direction. And I feel like there's lots of decisions that need to be made at the moment, but only you can make them, but your guides are trying to give you that support. So my answer would be either come and have a reading and make it really clear, and we can go through those sort of questions. But your guides are definitely trying to navigate you through. But how you feel is the best navigation, because that's where they talk the most. So gauge on how you're feeling about a decision, and that will be your answer. So I just feel like at the moment it's overwhelming. It's too much. So sometimes you're better off not actually making a decision, but taking a step back and surveying the land, for want of a better way to describe it, and go, okay, why does this not feel right? Why does it not feel like it's moving forward? Why are there brick walls? Because it may not be the right decision. So knowing that you're actually getting the messages through, but also working on how your body feels to give you a better indication, rather than trying to hear spirit. They're giving it to you in how you feel, and that will give you a better indication. So I hope that helps you more, Renee. Thank you. Hi, Karen. I see the prices going up, and houses are just getting more expensive and more expensive, and it's a worry, that it's sort of scary in a way. And I feel like the sooner you get into the market, the better, but not necessarily the absolute dream thing that you want. I think settling for something just to get into the market, rather than having all your boxes ticked, is actually what they're saying. Your optimum time is actually between October to February, to be honest. And I feel like they're showing me, if you get a compass or a map, and where you are, and I want to do like three suburbs, or three, if you do a big circle of three suburbs, that's the vicinity. And I feel like it's something that doesn't look pretty, but structurally very, very sound. Don't buy off plan. And it's something that's the yardage is what yard there is more important, because then you can build more. but it feels like what's on there needs a lot of work. Not a complete knockdown rebuild, but certainly something where the yardage is much bigger than what you expect, so that things can be built on. But they're saying it's not about settling for, because this won't be the forever home. It's to help get you there. Okay.
Yep.
What did she say? I missed that bit.
I don't know, my finger just tapped the screen. She's renting and the owner's getting ready for more rent, so it looks like she could live in her car. So therefore, any roof over her head is welcome.
Yeah. I just feel like it's... I don't think the dream of owning your own home is gone. I feel that there's an opportunity to, but it's not where you would love to live. I feel like you've got to go out, perhaps another town or some area that is not as expensive, not as built up, where the houses are much. So it's more about actually finding something that you will be able to manage. I feel like someone that you know is going to need someone to stay with them, whether they need the money or, and I feel like it's attached or unattached, like whether it's a granny flat or something. So it's something temporary, but certainly a lot better than what you've got, to help allow you to save as well. So don't put up with where you're staying. Ask around. I'm sure that there's somebody who has a better solution for you. And the fact that the owner is putting up the rent is a good opportunity for you to leave. So you don't need to be there.
100%.
Thanks, Karen. Okay.
I think I got like two more. I'll do two more.
Yeah. Happy to do two more. Okay, Gemma. Gemma, I want to say that this is a big stretch for you, what you're with your job trial. I feel like it's a long time coming, and it was the best decision to step out of your comfort zone. I think you did well. I'm not going to say, they're not expecting you to be perfect first day. And the biggest thing I think that comes across is your energy, your willingness to learn, and your lovely nature with people. And I think that will that's your strength. And I think you just needed to be given a chance. And I feel like it's the beginning of new things for you. That's really, really positive. It's not going to be your forever job, but it's going to give you the confidence and knowledge to take a step up and move into something that you'd really, really like to do. And it's so different to what you've done before, or where the place is so different, and that's lovely. It doesn't feel like the backlash, the negativity that you've experienced before. Be careful of work romances. I want you to put a big cross no in front of it. I want you to whether someone tries to hit on you or, just they're saying beware, and that's okay, as long as you're aware of that. But it's good, and it's the beginning of a new direction for you, and that's really awesome. And the shape of things to come, which is really, really wonderful. So congratulations, Gemma. Okay, straight up. Your daughter is, I know that you're doing this to help get your daughter started, and your daughter's doing it to help you. And I feel like you're both doing it to support each other, and it it's it's certainly going to get her motivated and get her moving. I just feel that she's been quite lost. There's a level of depression with her that and how wonderful as a mum that you're doing everything you can to get her moving and getting her started. And I think it'll be really, really good for you as well. You need to nurture her strengths rather than be looking at her negatives. And the more you do that, the more confident she will become. There's definitely money in the business, so it's definitely going to be a goer. I think you have strong strengths in the stuff that you do, but she does as well. So you need to let her shine, and you do need to listen. You don't know everything. And there are some things that she's actually quite knowledgeable in, and I feel like you need to let her shine through to do that. And I think, she's also used to doing what you want her to do because that way there's peace. Um, and I also feel like if you want to teach her to stand on her own 2 feet and succeed, then you need to maybe not put your opinion in all the time and or do it the way that you want to do it. You need to actually encourage her to also step up with new ideas and what she would like to do. And the more you do that, the more successful as a businesswoman she'll become. But I think it'll be great for both of you. I think working side by side all the time is not healthy. I think by not being there the whole time, not initially, but certainly I do feel that there'll be other people that will be coming into work so that you can slowly take a step back and almost, model her to be running the show, because that's ultimately what you're trying to do for her anyway. And it will be successful, I promise you. So you're on a good thing. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Being a silent partner is a good thing, but sometimes you're not so silent, and you'll want to go in and do stuff, and they're sort of saying, well, no, you need to. She knows what she's doing. Yes, you are good at what you do, but the whole point of being a silent partner is to actually being silent, and she will do well. I promise you. And we don't want the angst or arguments or things getting heated. So the less I haven't met you, but you guys have, darling. So just understand that the more she treats it as her business, it will be okay. And you're just there to support her initially, but she will stand on her own 2 feet and do really, really well. So well done, you, Mum.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time and your energy and all your amazing readings tonight.
Thank you. As always, I love being here. I love doing what I do, and thank you for having this platform so that people can see what we're capable of, and so it gives us a platform to show our talents, and if you didn't do this, then we wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm hoping that everyone I've answered a question for sleeps a little better this evening, and if they want to know more, well, you always drop down the link of where we can be contacted, and you know, if I can help in any other way after this, it's what I'm here for. So thank you for having me.
I just dropped the link right there.
And thank you everyone for listening and taking part. Thank you for everyone brave enough to put a question. And I'm looking forward to the next time I'm on.
I'm looking forward to it too. We'll have to book that in. May's getting busy. May's getting busy already. That's awesome. Guys, thank you so much for being here as well. We wouldn't be here without you, because that'd be really weird.
I don't know. You'd be able to answer all of your questions for a change,
right? And so, Danina.
Anytime.
Hey, look, there's number 4, guys. We've only had a few little trolls and scammers on, so that's fun.
Don't you just love it? I just think it's just the rudest. You know, like they.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, they do catch a few people, which is really, really sad.
Yeah, they do.
We've only had 4. Wow. Well,
except I managed to move at the wrong time, and I blocked the wrong person, so I'll have to message her later and go, I didn't mean to block you. It was actually one of my friends too.
Oh dear. Well, thank you everyone for being part of this evening, and thanks again, Eileen, for having me.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Guys, we're back tomorrow night. I'm 93% sure I have Leon from Quantum Healing Energies on tomorrow night. So that should be another awesome chat and awesome sound stuff. Yeah, awesome.
That's so good. You only have the best on here, so that's a good thing.
That's what I aim to have, the best.
That's good.
All right, the rest. Good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, guys.